Level Official Podcast. Next Level. Next Level Official Podcast. You're tuned into Next Level Official Podcast. New Base Games, Speedy, and Hello.
All right. Woo!
I like that.
Woo! I like that intro.
Intro is
fire.
That's a shout out to our main man, our main gent, OJ Ken, aka Ken, the other Jesus, for dropping that track for us.
Jesus.
Talented man. You can find him on YouTube and other audio platforms. We'll try to link it up for him. He's got some really good stuff. So, what's up, guys? It's another show.
Man? Hey, guys,
Another day.
everybody have their dinner because, you guys fan of nuggets?
I'm needing something like, very personal, very exquisite nuggets. Some nuggies.
I want
So-
to say.
a little chicken nugget.
A little chicken
We're
nuggets.
we're gonna jump straight into that.
I'm a fan of nuggets, just like any other person.
Man.
But when you have a nugget that is shaped like an Among Us character, how does that fetch 100,000? Like, I've been kind of thinking of how I can make some residual income,
I'm
shit on the
surprised.
side,
No.
and
I'm
all of a
surprised that
sudden,
you weren't going for it. At least throwing it in there.
now take a look. I think Speedy, there's a link you can click on that actually shows the eBay listing,
The eBay
for
listing. So,
which is insane, ladies and gentlemen.
do we think someone actually paid for this? Like, actually paid that price? I don't even know what the heck. I just got happy clicking these.
Whoa. What are we doing here?
It won't let me take a better look at the chicken nugget.
There's some exclusive rights over those chicken nuggies.
I guess.
I mean,
So,
first off, I mean,
I'm just,
what do you? I mean, do we think it honestly sold for 100,000? You think there's someone out there who just like
yes.
here's 100,000 because I just love them.
No. I have a good question.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that I'm suspicious of this nuggie, and I'm sure that the person that bought it, I'm wondering if he's dead, bro. Like,
well, okay. Let's break it
like
down.
he took
First,
a bit of it.
the chicken nugget with legs that leads me to a lot of questions with what's going on with Mickey D's. All hell Mickey D's. I don't want to get sued by them. But what do we do with these chicken nuggets that they look like this? First off, second off, who's got this cash to just be thrown around? Like, it's definitely got to be someone with some Ethereum money out there. Just daddy's got a pocket full of change.
Yeah,
I gotta drop it somewhere.
Somebody who doubled down on that Shiba when it spiked, must be feeling pretty good or something. I don't understand.
I'm just gonna drop a couple thousand for this chicken nugget. Yeah.
Yeah,
No worries.
I'm all for dropping, a good couple of 100, 3, 4 on something that's like nostalgic, hard to find, something, very reasonable.
You're just talking about this.
Yeah, $100,000 nugget, which I'm just going to hold in a bag because it looks like an Among Us character. It's pretty insane. I don't know how you people feel watching, but that's
a hardcore player that was there during beta.
Right.
For McDonald's, I would see this as an opportunity to hook up with Among Us and instead of Pokemon cards, let's start dropping some Among Us or different shaped kind of things that are out there so we can make some money.
I already see that nugget going on the black market, man. I already see it. It's already selling for more.
It's somewhere out there.
On the dark
I don't know what's going on. But transitioning on to other interesting kind of weird things, we got here some news on the Matrix 4. So all hail Mr. Keanu Reeves, Mr. Everything.
Keanu, we
Matrix
love you. You're so hot.
Christina Ricci to
Palo would rip your clothes off.
But yeah.
So like, honestly, the picture's not in there, but like, how many people are we gonna add to this?
I'm wondering like, what's her character gonna be like? And then you have Keanu Reeves that's coming back. You have what's her name that's also coming back. But didn't they die in the last, Matrix?
Yeah,
like that was like their that was their whole finale. No, but she died too. She died too. She was died like in the ship or something like that. So that's what I mean. Like they're coming back, and then they're adding Christina Ricci. Like, is she gonna be the one?
The fact that I'm just questioning all this stuff just means I need to watch The Matrix again with the loudest setting on so the house shakes for every part of it.
Yep, agreed.
Piss off the neighbors. Let's get it going again.
Get the HOA on you.
I want to see the lobby scene again.
That was a classic scene.
Yeah.
I mean,
that whole movie was amazing to begin with. Like just the whole idea of it.
Yeah,
what were you gonna say, Noob?
I mean, but it was it was a groundbreaking, movie series during the time. I mean, what are they gonna do now? And then like that's what I mean, like with Christina Ricci, like I don't know. She hasn't been in any big roles lately. I mean, she's had some good, decent movies that she's been like a side cast to, but
I mean, I'm assuming, we don't know anything about the plot or anything yet.
It's very hush hush.
Yeah, I mean, in general, just the fact that there's going to have to be some weird kind of resurrection thing, or the whole ideology of I can't think of the character who was basically telling him that he is only one of like 100 versions, that have all went somewhere and had died,
or some shit like that.
Yeah, so I forgot exactly what his title was, but that one guy that was talking to him, and even though Keanu made it the furthest, who's to say he's still not one plus of however many different versions, and maybe there's some other version that I
remember that part.
And to have Christina Ricci, I mean, she's a very good actress. I think she kind of she's very picky when it comes to her roles. Agreeable. Yes.
I just don't see the need to pass on the movie to another person. Like, what are we gonna? Is this gonna become like Fast and Furious 9?
Yes.
We're gonna have Matrix 13,
they went to
19,
space, bro.
22.
Yes.
Like, we're just talking about this the other day. We're like, what the hell did they just do? They're like shooting guns. Like, at a certain point, let's just leave the movie where it ends. Like, I love the idea of having one. Let's just create a whole new universe or something else. I just don't want to be like at the end, like, oh man, this is a crappy movie.
I'm a big fan of that idea, man. I'm a big fan of like, it's one of those toss-ups where it's like you want it so bad, like you want to have a fourth, doesn't mean there has to be a fourth. And I completely agree with you, because these are those kind of jumps in the movie series or genre that can really make or break the movie itself, because if this one does poorly, it's going to reflect on all the other ones, and it's just going to kind of give it that tainted edge, where it's like, hey, Matrix was awesome, but 4 sucked. There was like no need for 4, and it just spawns this unnecessary convo.
Yeah, there's been too many times where they have like a new movie come out or a continuation, and it just completely breaks the whole entire series. And then they're like, oh, well, we'll have to make another one just to kind of,
catch up or get something
or
back.
fix the old one, that last one that sucked really hard.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's like every DC movie
out there. How many times have we been out there like watching something and then you're like, I don't even think there's a Predator 2. I know there was one made, but I don't ever. There's only one Predator, and then after that point, there's like no other movies for me. Like
Predator versus
point,
Alien. I mean,
there's nothing. No, there's just one. It's Predator.
I never liked the Predator versus Aliens.
No, there was no need for Danny Glover to come in on the second one, fighting people inside. Like, let's just stop. There was only one. That's it, and let's move on at that point.
Very true. Very true.
We had a couple movies that dropped this week, though we're not going to really talk too much. We had Conjuring 9932, or known as number 3.
Third one.
3 in the thousands of series that are out there.
It's
so
3 of
if you
the
want to get scared,
series.
You want to hold yourself, get cuddled up. That might be a good movie to work on. Then close every closet door you have and throw away every painting and doll that you may have that could possibly bring bad juju into your life.
I don't need a.
Or
I don't need a.
with
I don't need a
basically-
Snuggie. I am a Snuggie. So
What
I'm
you want to
fine.
do is, as soon as you finish watching the movie, grab the nearest can of lighter fuel you have and probably burn your house, just so you can sleep in the woods and not be as frightened, but you will still be a little scared, and you will not get a good night's sleep. So yeah, I totally get what you're saying, man. I mean, how are you guys with the horror genre in general, as far as like the movies? You guys watch this series?
Yeah, I mean, I watched
mean-
all of the Conjuring movies, and
Like, because it's
and I-
Annabelle, Conjuring as well, right?
Yeah, Annabelle, Conjuring, and
I watch them to a point, like I get freaked out, and then I'm just like, I would like to sleep this night, this week, and
I
I
thought
get
no
that
one knew.
meeting.
I got that meeting.
I get that meeting, and I'd like to actually have enough sleep for it. So I'm probably
So
not
I'm
going to
turning
watch
it off.
this week.
I always like
I'm
watching
gonna
a scary
stop
movie
it
and be like,
right
all right,
here.
like guys, turn off all the lights. It's pitch black. Just,
It hasn't even had the intro title yet, and you're like, yeah, I think I'm done. I think I'm done.
You're like,
Go to
yeah, pretty
bed.
much. I was like, I'm just, I don't feel like peeing myself tonight. You know, no drinks. But
What else do we have?
Quiet Place 2 came out. That one I'm actually really thinking about going to the movie theater to go see at some point. Like maybe like the
Oh.
9:45 a.m. showing where there's no one there to watch it, because I actually really enjoyed the first version of that movie that came out.
I did too.
Just the whole story about it. It was just so good. And then the fact that, you know, they
It was
did
very
it together,
unique.
husband and wife kind of deal. It was,
Yes.
you know, I just thought it was just a great idea, and just kind of, I want to know more. Like, it's kind of like when what was the one that Sandra Bullock did that was on Netflix, where Birdcage, or not
I
Birdcage?
thought it was the bird flu.
I was like Bird Flu.
like,
You know, the one where they're all
no.
wearing the blindfolds and everything, and like you never got the understanding of how that shit got there. Like, that's what I want to know. I want to know how it got here, and I want to
As
know
far
how
as-
it all starts out.
As far as
So,
I saw, as you know, right now, I think they have like just like they're trying to pair off between The Conjuring and A Quiet Place, and I think they're like kind of neck and neck for like total like pricing. At least from what I last saw, you know, I think they're neck and neck, but
I mean, I honestly think, and this is no diss on The Conjuring, because I think that series has had a very successful run, and I think the movies are fairly good. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. I really like the first one, but I think A Quiet Place is just. It's a very different niche, and is very well done, and I think it's kind of made its own space in that little suspense horror kind of mold, you know, just because of, you know, the introduction of the aliens, just how they work, you know, and now we're going back as to how everything came to be, you know, and one thing works out really well is Emily Blunt and her husband, you know, being that they started together.
Yeah.
I mean, their chemistry, I mean, because they're husband and wife, but I mean, it really shows because through their performances, you know, and it's just something about that just kind of, it makes a movie more interesting, you know, to watch. You know, I really didn't have a lot of high hopes when I saw the first one, but after I saw the end, man, I was like not expecting.
well, I mean,
that.
I didn't have a lot of expectations. Is
Yeah.
really what it was, and it just came. I think I love horror movies, but you know, there's also like a niche around that, like, you know, unless it's like Halloween time frame and there's like another Jason
Right.
or Freddy or something, that's what normally gets people driving towards it. But like, you know, what is this, June, you know, May, June, dropping a horror flick. So it's like,
Midsummer,
but
right?
it's not to say that it's not a good movie. And, you know, I enjoy, you know, just that whole vintage of the series that they were trying to do. Like,
Yep.
even they did it better than DC does with their movies. So,
Oh.
like,
I know.
building it
I
all
know.
together. But Nuke
So
said
not
he
these-
saw the
Should-
new Cruella.
Yeah, you know,
How does that go? Disney
you know-
Plus kind of film.
it is a premiere access, but luckily I have my own premiere access with Paloplex, who definitely had a.
Oh my god! What's that knocking at my door?
You never heard anything.
Palo, it just showed up. It just showed up.
Just
It just showed up on your stuff, bud.
I don't know how
But
to there.
but the
There.
thing is, man, is that movie. I think we just talked about it a little bit. It's really
Well, who's
cool.
in that movie, dude? Who's the new Cruella in that one?
So Emma Stone is the new. Not is it Emma Stone or did I say that right?
Yeah,
Or
I think it's Emma Stone.
Emma
It's
Stone.
Emma Stone.
She is Cruella, and it's basically an entire backstory as to why she is Cruella. Like, all we knew of her growing up as a kid is she just, hated Dalmatians, and she just, wanted them, dead. And we had, I think, who was the person who played in the actual movie? Was it Glenn Close?
Ooh, that was way back.
Yeah, that was one of our Emma Stoner. That was our only other version. And what's kind of fun and interesting, especially I kind of think about this in my son's retrospect, is the fact that when I grew up, I had 101 Dalmatians, so I didn't have any origin. There was no need for any story. It was just this cool little thing. Now that time has gone on, and there's a different generation, having these kind of origin stories is just really fun to see these characters have that backstory. And I really enjoyed it. It honestly took me a little while to watch it because I wasn't as enthused in the beginning. But there's a twist like about an hour through. So, I mean, if any of you guys are curious about
spoiler.
I know.
I just said a twist. I just said a twist and didn't say anything. But it's good, man.
Oh, there's a big explosion. And someone dies.
Exactly.
I'm just not gonna tell you who dies.
Oh, man.
Wow. You're like when
so
they showed the previews and they showed the best parts, and that was the whole movie.
All I said was a
Noob is
twist,
like
man.
The guy, he's like, let me tell you, someone's family dies and she's alone. Oh, did I say she? I meant he. It could be he.
It made me
or she.
cry.
It could be that. It could be I shed a tear and you'd be like, oh, this is where Noob cried. I'm crying too. Oh, I know what he meant by a twist, man. Oh, God.
So if we're going in the line of Disney and they're doing movies for the villains, who do you want to see next?
Ooh, that's a good one, man. Who would I want to see next? Damn, bro. You shocked me with that. You shot me real good.
I threw it hard.
I mean,
shit. Now you're making me go through all my villains in my head.
Let's see some Scar background. Let's get some Scar background. What turned him?
Scar?
What happened? What happened between him and Mufasa back in the day? Mufasa jabbed him.
That's out in left field, but I'll take that.
So
we got Miss Delia saying Cinderella.
Oh
wait,
so I don't know why.
Why did this evil step sisters? Why did they become evil?
Yes.
I guess I don't know.
So I don't know why I have this thing
Jafar,
with.
Why did Jafar get all crazy?
That's an interesting.
I was thinking. What was the? I was thinking of what was the Little Mermaid? The octopus. Ursula. I was thinking Ursula.
You know what I'm thinking?
Yeah,
they're evil.
Dude, very evil.
Ursulas are evil. So
I'll drink to that.
That's like this, bro. It's like this. It's like this.
Entanglements. As Will Smith says, entanglements.
Oh my gosh. Steph's gonna have a field day with this. So it's so honestly.
Question, though.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of interested in Shere Khan from Jungle Book. It's one of those old movies you never really think about, and it's always about Mowgli, and it never really has any backstory to these characters, and I just kind of feel it's not necessarily a diamond in a rough, but it's just not a really big Disney movie. So therefore it doesn't get a lot of attention. But it would be kind of neat just to kind of go back and just see, like Shere Khan and who was the snake? Man. Come on, guys! I know you know. I know you know.
I'm gonna Google it because I don't remember.
It's Shere Khan is the tiger, and
it's Ka. I think it's Ka or something like that.
Ka, yeah. K-A-A.
Ka. But I mean, you could throw that out against a lot of things, like other movies too, right? Like you could take some of the old classics that people have always watched. You're like, even though I think Wicked is kind of about it. I've never seen Wicked, but why the
the Wicked Witch?
I've seen it 3 times.
The Wicked Witch,
I've actually
Is it
gone
strictly a
seen it.
musical?
It's a musical. It's
Okay.
really good though. It was really good.
I have to check that out.
OJ is over
Oh.
here saying the witch in
Snow White?
Snow White could be a
Yes.
sweet,
Okay.
dark revenge story.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think, did she
Yep.
ever? I don't even remember if she even had a name. I can't, other than just witch,
Wicked Witch.
wicked witch.
I mean, the closest
I
we
think that-
got
I think-
was
I mean, I
the
think
Great and
honestly they're gonna
Powerful
be-
Oz, right?
Mm.
Right.
Was that the one with Mila Kunis?
Yes, that was
Right.
that was a weird movie. That was all right, but yeah, that was a weird movie. But I think that I think for Disney, that they obviously they have plenty of movies they can be going through, and if they're going to be going in a villain way, I mean, at least that's some originality. I
Yeah.
mean, with Cruella, I mean, I haven't seen it yet. Noob, there was a twist.
That's all I'm going to
So-
say. You guys enjoy it.
It's all about the kid movies. So I mean,
He's
Watch
just
I
it.
a,
kind
Watching
of
some
have
of
to be, if it's not,
Yeah, that's what I'm
YouTube
saying.
and the frustrated
It's like-
gamer and, whatever, I mean, hey man, I watch Coco literally 400 times. Okay.
that's a good movie too.
Yeah, it
That
is
was
a
a good
great
movie,
movie. And I mean, yeah, I have to know all the words to
So-
mostly all Disney movies.
So in that there is some news too. It's kind of like a little tidbit here. We got
Ooh.
Borderlands. They're starting to release a little bit more for those that are not up to speed. Borderlands is a series of video games that are out. A great series, great music, artistic. And it's got this great vibe to it. They're also trying to make it into a movie. So some of the characters here, you can kind of see a back reveal. The biggest one that the word is out, got Kevin Hart, new,
He's
right?
not that
You said-
tall,
you said-
dude.
you said
He's not
biggest
that
one.
hot.
You said biggest one.
That's insulting.
He's actually kind of tiny, if you
Yeah,
know
he's not
Kevin
that
Hart.
tall.
But
He's not that
I
tall,
just
dude.
watched his Zero F's Given on Netflix just the other day. I was cracking up. But I'm interested in seeing him play this character. Noob, tell us a little bit more. Who's the character he's playing? What's going on about it?
So I'm really excited for this. My only problem is I want to be honest. Like, how many movie style or gaming movies have come out that have been successful? I think this one has
Mario
a great
Brothers.
opportunity. Which one?
Mario.
Oh,
Brothers.
you said Mario Brothers. I think this one has a good opportunity just
Are we talking about the
because.
one from like 1980s?
Yeah, I mean,
Dude,
and-
John Leguizamo. I mean, come
and
on.
that in itself is a
Spawn.
little.
I thought Spawn was a great one, but that was a
Spawn
comic
was
going
decent.
into movie.
Spawn was decent. I actually like Spawn.
I think
They
Spawn
are,
honestly
they are
was
coming out.
ahead of.
They are coming out with it. Another
Yeah,
one.
I think Spawn honestly was ahead of its time, and I didn't think that the technology or the script was nearly as good as it could have been. I think they just
Yeah,
kind of
that's good,
slapped it
man.
out there. I just think they slapped it out there because it was just
No.
the time,
But-
Well,
But I did like John Leguizamo in that one.
Oh.
So playing
hands down, the clown.
Yeah, the clown. So
He was good. So as far as
yeah.
Borderlands, man, I mean, I do have a lot of high hopes for it because it is such a great game. I mean, Speedy and I, we played this game through and through. I mean, Other Jesus, I mean, we were on this
Yeah.
game all the time. I mean, we literally put in some effort in this game. We had such a blast. Now, as far as the story goes, this is where it's kind of weird because, like, if we think about it, we're looking at all the main characters from Borderlands 2. Right, we don't see Mordecai. We don't see, any of the other original characters. I think the only one is Tiny Tina. So I'm really curious to see if where they're going to start this story, and if it's maybe going to be a spinoff from the end of 3, or is it going to pick
where's
up
it gonna go?
yeah, something like that. I just have I want to say I give the movie, some high hopes, just that it does well, because I would hate to see a big name like Borderlands fail in the cinema. It would suck. There,
Yeah,
Borderlands
and,
movie is
and,
just
and, and,
Yes.
and OJ's right here. So Kevin Hart does have some pull. I think he's gonna be able to bring some comedy and levity to the characters.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's what I'm kind of looking forward to. So I'm he's right. Like Jumanji did that, and they
Yeah,
made
you
two
know,
of them.
I mean, you
So
thought like, I mean, because you
it's,
thought like when you know, before Jumanji came out, when they're doing the previews and everything, you're like, dude, like Kevin Hart, and then you have like the fucking, you know, have The Rock. Like this is just weird.
The
Like
Rock. Well,
it was
I mean, I
completely
love The
off from the
Rock. Like,
original. But when you put them
those-
together, and and that's
oh
what made it
man,
work.
you haven't seen Central Intelligence then.
Yes,
have
I
you
have.
ever seen Central
Yes, I
Intelligence?
have. Yes, I have.
With The Rock? Dude,
Yeah.
that movie's hilarious. With The Rock in
Bobby,
him. Oh, man.
Bobby Weirdig.
That movie, dude, I've watched that movie.
This is Bobby Weirdig.
A whole bunch of times. Like, oh, you got unicorns? He's like, oh yeah, man, I'm big into corns. like, like that whole movie is hilarious, and it just plays like I think they have like this
They
weird
have a really good
chemistry where
chemistry.
it's
Yeah,
it's
Dude,
just really funny, and then
I've
they're
seen
always
some of their
jabbing at
like
each other.
I've seen some of them like some of their movie interviews, like where they're interviewing for like Jumanji, and they're just like a
Mhm.
bunch of like kid brothers, and they're just constantly going after each other. And yeah, I mean,
like
they have
the
a really
one-
good
the one
chemistry. So I'm
time-
hoping that, you know, like with Kevin Hart, he can
It-
bring that to this.
You ever seen the one where Kevin Hart dresses up like a mini Rock, and he's like got the jean shorts on with the fanny pack, and then
No, I'm
Kid
gonna have to
Rock
find that.
tries to dress up like him. Oh, dude, it's hilarious. That would be pretty funny if they had some kind of cameo in. But that okay, boys, watch the F-bombs. We're gonna put you on the big TV. All right. So I'm hoping, you know, it's gonna be something good into that same kind of area there. But
Agreed.
I think I love the series of games. You know, OJ, Noob, and I have played it. Ralph's Halo is something you
Don't they have it
definitely
on Game
should- you know,
Pass?
I
Yeah,
think
man.
it's on something. So
If you-
and even now
if
they're
you-
still dropping keys to it all the
Yeah,
time like
man.
that. I still
Okay.
get the Twitter
Okay.
feed. It's really good. Like you unlock basically you know, treasure chests or so, and they,
If-
you know, they have a lot of stuff, and you can build.
Pillow,
and,
have you
I
never
enjoy
played
the game
two?
a lot.
I've never played any of the Borderlands.
Dude,
You know,
Dude,
you
we
know,
got to play that one.
yeah,
Right.
we should play too, man. Just the graphics alone, and see, that's one of the thing, man. The graphics had like this cell shaded kind of look, but the universe, the fun, it's such an expansive world. And dude, you
Mhm.
could
Okay.
the replay value on Borderlands 2 was
OJ's into it
insane.
now. All right.
Oh, now we got the
It's just
BL
a
itch,
good
buddy.
game.
Yeah,
Don't
the
tell
thing is,
me.
right now, see, I'm on a Battlefield 5 itch, you know, because Battlefield 6 is be coming out, you know.
It's
And-
going to be
so-
coming out. So let's
and-
talk about that while we're out here right now. So
we do have there was some news of some photos, right, that had gotten leaked.
Yep.
Um,
let's see if I
and-
can find it while we're talking.
Now we used to have now I'm gonna
Go on
tell
to
you this,
Twitter.
man. We used to have a solid squad of some merc motherfuckers. My bad. I'm just had to
He
throw that
just
out
said,
there.
watch the MM.
This is just
Right?
just one more. I haven't had mine. But you know, we it was Wisby, it was Brick, it was Speedy, it was Other Jesus, it was myself. What were we? The
Oh my God! Here we go.
Tag and bag. We're tag and bag 'em. That was our clan name.
that's
Was tag and bag.
right.
Was tag and bag. It was tag
Oh
and
my
bag.
God.
Oh
And
Dude,
we
that
used to
was so
play.
long ago.
Dude, we used to
That
play
was
Battlefield
so
4,
long ago.
and
Oh my God.
the most
Bro.
hilarious times were when
You
Speedy
ain't-
and Brick would
you-
be piloting the helicopters.
You
oh my
ain't
fucking
ever
God.
found a better helicopter pilot than me.
Oh, if Brick
No,
was listening to this,
believe that.
he would be
We saw
arguing.
what, we
so
saw what
bad.
happened when Noob was freaking piloting in the helicopter.
Oh,
he
man.
I
just
don't
takes out his
pilot
own
shit,
player.
bro. I don't pilot shit.
Dude, we'd be piloting. We're going through like bridges coming up on buildings. Oh man, I remember Grandma
we used
shaking
to
her head
have-
at you, noob.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Dude,
We-
it was I
We
don't know what happened to my shirt. I'm getting into the Matrix now, but dude, that
Oh.
was the best game. Like with tagging
Well,
back.
this,
Oh,
I
man,
think that
I
this, at
remember
the
that.
end of
That
the
was
week.
hilarious.
So at the end of the week, we got E3 coming out, and I know that, you know, the EA they've been kind of giving out little tidbits of pictures of Battlefield 6. So I have been on, you know, Battlefield 5 with Speedy ignoring us and Noob, me having to constantly rescue him. That's
I
that's
just-
about right. Look, But for those that are
Yeah.
out there, it's just E3 is going to start on June 12th. Obviously, with all the things that have been going on in the world and with the pandemic. Yeah, OJ said it took us an hour to pass the tutorial. But for
Just goes to-
E3, it's going to start on June 12th. They're going to look to have, this is usually the opportunity for those that are not involved in the gaming environment, where people are going to be showing all their things. Let's get it right. All the development that they've been producing for upcoming games. For me, the big day is really going to be June 13th, because that's when Microsoft and Bethesda is going to be showing some of their upcoming items.
Bethesda or Batista?
Bethesda. And
Words
showing
are
out
hard.
some of the things that are going to be going through that. So it's going to run through the 15th. Here's the show itself. If you're interested, you guys can jump online. This is straight from Game Informer here. But it's going to be notably some information that's still not out there. There's a lot of to be determined. They're going to be showing out there, but at least Microsoft's going to be going live on June 13th, 10 a.m.
Alive.
So,
I did hear
Ladies
that they're going to be showing.
gentlemen.
They may be showing some footage for Halo.
I don't want to hear nothing about Halo after the last debacle was showing.
Don't hurt Noob's feelings. Don't hurt his feelings.
720,
I've been through this, bro.
720p videos. With
I
Halo.
feel the same. I feel the same way he does. I'm a huge Halo fan, and I don't want to hear stuff. I don't want to hear stuff. Okay, shenanigans until I have it in my hands. Once I have Infinite in my hands and I can actually play 5 rounds multiplayer without the network going down, then we're good. Then 343, you did some magic.
Are we hoping that it's not going to end up like Cyberpunk, where there's all these expectations and then it just completely crashes?
I mean, let's be honest though. I mean, 343 has been in the game a while. Granted, they have
They were
screwy the
better
Gucci
when they had Bungie with them.
Well, I mean, hey, man, Bungie's Bungie. Bungie had this stuff on lockdown. It was their baby. I mean, that was what, that's how they got their big partnership with Microsoft. That's what kickstarted everything. And, personally, Bungie knows what they're doing. I think 343 knows what they're doing. I don't know exactly what to say about why, Halo Master Chief Collection was kind of jacked up when it got released. I was not a big fan of Halo 4. It was very stiff. I did not like the multiplayer as much as I wanted to. Halo 5 to me was a decent attempt at retribution for them both. I really like Halo 5. The story. The story, I honestly feel it's smooth, man. I really love the graphics. I love the sound. The mechanics are great. I'm just hoping that Infinite rises up to the occasion and definitely, puts Halo fans on the road to that next chapter. That even if it's the same playstyle as Halo 2, I really don't care. I don't think Halo fans are that needy. I just think they just like the original Halo. They just want that Halo feel. Period. They don't need battle royale. They don't need any of that.
Oh, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some kind of battle royale for Halo. You got to.
I know.
You got to believe.
Battle royale.
Everything has a battle royale.
When Noob and OJ, they were like throwing grenades and trying to shoot them out of the sky when they were fighting for their clan battles and whatever was going on. And I'm just
my god.
I don't really know what's going on.
OJ and I were extremely competitive in Halo, and in fact, our blood still boils to this day when we start playing some Halo Master Chief Collection. And to me personally, that was just one of the greatest things about Halo. Was just like, and it was just the battles were just so intense, and it just like put you on your A game. I mean, it was just that kind of fun, and I loved it.
Well, it's going to be interesting. They're going to have a lot of people out there for E3. So one of the newest things that just recently come out within the last week or so, it's going to be is Capcom going to respond to any of the information that's being released, that they've been stealing a lot of artwork and a lot
dig
of their
into that,
games.
Speedy. What do we got?
So there's been a recent lawsuit alleging Capcom stole an artist's photographs, artwork, and used it in like a lot of their Resident Evil games, along with some other games. And the way that people really found out is that last year when Capcom had the ransomware attack, their files were released and it had the artist's original name, like name files in the artwork with it. So
they didn't even right click and
this
rename.
is interesting.
No right click rename. No
Right?
no giving yourself attributes or permissions. Just fucking just straight on copy paste.
I mean, that's pretty pathetic, man. Like,
It
if you're
is.
gonna, if you're gonna steal something,
So-
steal it right. They didn't even do that. I mean, it's pretty.
And I'm going to apologize to Judy. I can't remember her. It's like Judy Jersey is the author of the collection of photographs that were used. It was a series called Surfaces. She published this stuff in 1996. So it's not like they just recently found something like this is stuff that's out, kind of like, that, all the Resident Evil games kind of have like that gory kind of intrinsic horror feel. And so they showed, like, if we go through the article here, a lot of the pictures and textures, you can see them in the Resident Evil, even in their logos. And then, like, the artwork that she took, like, you can see it in the panels in the game. Like, no
Somebody's
kidding. Like,
getting fired.
Oh wow,
That
dude,
was
that's
insane.
that's
It's
that's
not even a little
that's what I'm
bit. It's
saying.
like it's
Yeah,
plain
that's
outright.
blatant. That's
Like
just
they didn't change the color. They didn't modify the texture. Nope. It's
like,
blatant
literally,
copy and
that's
paste.
like, this right here is her picture and her artwork. This is the door in the game. Like, it's pretty amazing. So I don't know. This kind of goes to, like, overall, like, I feel
what is
that
this?
These companies come after people when they try to modify or use any portion of their game for their own purposes.
Right.
Like, we all have all these issues with streamers trying to stream thing, and then, like, with artwork and music and all the intricacies with that on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, all that kind of stuff. But here's an example, like, blatant
them doing
example of them
Yeah.
doing it.
Yep.
Yeah, and there's no telling how many other companies do the same thing, because I'm pretty sure this isn't the first instance, right? And one thing I think that gets a lot of people is, hypothetically, if I was streaming on Twitch and I'm putting up, a Metallica song, DCMA ruling or whatever, that stuff gets pulled within like a day, a week, that's like immediately, because there's always somebody monitoring. But who's monitoring, these big people, right? Like they're so big, these, big name companies, and right. Like, how long had this been going on? I mean, that's Resident Evil 4. That game was put out, God, man,
Time ago.
time ago.
And then you even brought this up, and I think Pela was talking about this. There's a horror film that's out there that talks about, like, even one of the boss characters in the game looks like his character that's in his movie. So, I mean,
Yep.
I'm all for using stuff like that, but pay the person, right? Especially if you're going to be having a game, and then you make movies off this crap and all this other stuff. Like, make sure you take care of that artist, because, like, there's no kidding, like, she could put a lot of time and effort into this. He did into his film. Pay them.
Yeah, totally
money.
agreed, man. I mean, these people made millions, and they constantly make millions, off of these games. And, who are we, as just lovers of the games, to completely dissect, symbols, textures, those kind of things that, we take for granted as just Capcom being Capcom, when it actually turns out to be somebody who, thought of this original idea. And, to them, they're making, pennies on the dollar, starving artist kind of wages, I mean, they're doing good, they're making good living. I mean, but look at that huge marketing, that could have helped them, and they just got completely shunned. If it hadn't been for some, attack, to kind of blow the whistle, we'd still be clueless to this day, That's shame on you, Capcom. Shame on you.
I mean,
I'm hoping that whoever freaking did this, I mean, you're the reason that we have plagiarism, and I hope you're getting fired.
You copied your own stories out of Wikipedia, sir, and
you didn't deserve that degree.
Do you think so? So do you think that artists would be entitled to millions?
I don't know if it's millions, but at least they gotta.
Well, for the publicity
there has to be some
of this, it's gonna be
because of retrospect, but like
and
some type of
royalties,
compensation, and possibly royalties. You don't know, so
that's what I mean. Like for this,
they're probably going to go to some point. they're gonna probably go to some point, depending on how big, the usage of all this stuff and how the impact and everything. It may do it, but
It's gonna be in the millions.
It at least she should get the recognition it's deserved, right? From
Agreed.
her artwork and being used.
Agreed.
So kind of hitting this last topic here. One of my favorite kind of systems that's become one of recent. Yep. Nintendo Switch is dropping Mario Golf towards the end of this month, the 25th. Who's getting it, boys?
Super
We playing around? What are we doing?
I was getting chewed out because I don't have a Switch. Sorry, guys.
I don't know what you were doing with your hands there, but yes, a Switch. It's just kind of funny. Like I read a couple articles. I love Nintendo and the way they do these types of games, and just the type of Nintendo stamp, bringing in all the characters that you'll see. You got the main ones. You got Donkey Kong that's in there, I believe, at some point. I just enjoy it, but the article I read was like, "Hey, this is going to bring golf to a whole new set of people that don't know the rules." I'm like, "Come on, really?"
What?
I was like, let's bring back the level of impact to just being able to waste time and enjoy the game itself. That's like just saying like Mario Kart brought NASCAR racing and F1 racing to a whole new population who didn't know. I'm like, they're fun games. They have.
I never knew you could race a car.
great-
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. I mean, whenever you see Mario slapped on the cover or any of the classic characters, I mean, Toadstool, anybody, it's instant like curiosity, because have they ever put out a crappy game? I mean, they maybe put out a game that isn't like one of like a top tier, game where everyone's like rushing. But for the majority, you have Mario Party, you have the Super Mario remakes, you have Super Mario Maker, Mario Golf. I mean, and they're fun.
They make games that are good for groups of people to play.
Yes, and I think that's
Nintendo and their characters are like the Apple of games, because you throw anything.
You don't need a high level of skill, right?
None.
I guess
No.
Halo could play.
Oh, there it goes. I was waiting for that.
wasn't gonna say
I was
it.
waiting for that.
No,
Oh, you were
Halo,
gonna say it.
you were really wanting
had a
me to say that.
conversation about this.
You left it. You just left it a little open. Pelo, you said you revive me all the time. And you're right. You're right. Yeah. Lately, I've been sucking, and you've been picking your boy up, and that's awesome. But man, these games like Mario, especially like Mario Golf. Yeah, Speedy said it exactly right. These are just games for everyone to just have a good time. There's no competition. It's just straight up fun.
But does it have Mario going, woohoo?
That's just
Exactly.
the thing. And that's what that was my point. Like there's a golf game that many streamers play. It's called Golf with Friends. It's on Xbox. It's free. But you slap Mario on it, and it's like, that's what I mean. Like, Nintendo and their characters, Mario. I mean, it's obvious. They've been around forever.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
Let's
Now you
say-
say that. Let me ask you a question. Are you gonna play Enlisted, or are you gonna play Battlefield?
I've played Enlisted.
Okay,
but I prefer Battlefield.
Exactly. Because Battlefield has established, not necessarily dominance, but they give
They're two
you
different
the bang
games.
for your buck, right? The graphical bang for your buck.
You
Nintendo,
run around shooting people, right? Yeah.
that's what they
Same
do,
game.
man.
It's because you want to play Princess Peach. I know. That's okay. I forgive you. Okay.
I will probably be
I can
picking
see
it up.
Speedy as Toadstool.
I like being
more-
Luigi. He don't get the
be
love that
Luigi?
he
Okay.
deserves. He's only been
See,
supporting
and I would
this other
get a
dude the
Switch,
whole
but they're all
time.
out.
He's been supporting Mario in his failure to get to like Happy's castles and say
I'm gonna be Toadstool. Toadstool's just living the
Luigi-
life, man.
Luigi always has to come in and clean up Mario's crap, and he don't get any love. And
Toadstool, look at Toadstool's face. Look at Toadstool's face. He's
He's seen
looks like
things, man.
He gets
He's seen
nothing
things.
but love. Look at him. He's high. He just gets nothing
high.
but love. He is just loving life. He don't care. He don't care. Mario looks like he's paid bills. He's just got too much on his mind. He has to
See
win this
Luigi, he looks
tournament.
busy.
Mario's always having to deal with Princess Peach, man. He's just like,
Yeah,
Luigi,
he's like had it
if I
up
could
to
be a
here.
bachelor like you again, I would do it.
There's a problem
You
if Princess Peach
understand the
keeps
demands.
running away. I'm just saying. Bowser's not the problem.
You know
He's
what?
the savior.
There's-
He's the good guy.
There's probably something going on, like if she's running away and then Mario's running after her to bring her home
It's a
all
Romeo
the time.
Juliet.
And then
Romeo
she's got to
Juliet,
put
man.
like fake princesses in all these other castles, so Mario gets thrown off. Am I-
She's doing like this. She's doing like this. This like human VPN thing. She's just like trying to hide, disguise where she's at.
This is like that Jennifer Lopez. We were just watching TV2 today, and then that Jennifer Lopez movie came on, the one where she's like gonna beat up the husband or something. 'Cause
Oh,
he's chasing her. What's that movie called?
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
god. I know what you're talking about.
I know what
good
you're talking
Lord.
about
I know
too.
what you're talking about. Yeah, I can't. Damn it.
It's like
Isn't she a
it's
teacher or
like
something?
enough,
Or she or
it's
the,
enough.
or the
It's enough. It's enough. That's what the movie's
enough.
called.
Enough. You're right.
Yeah,
Oh,
there you go. So, like, maybe there's gonna be something like that with Princess Peach. She's like, I've had enough, Mario.
Oh
I'm going
my
with
God.
Luigi.
I'd watch it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've definitely had a good opportunity to talk y'all's ears off and have a good listen with us. And I just want to say from Next Level, we hope you enjoy. Wishing everybody a good night. And don't forget to check us out on our social media. You'll be finding us on our Instagram. You can find us on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe and like on YouTube. That way you can get informed on when we go live next. And
We're gonna try some streaming of some games out here. With
Yes.
this. So we're gonna see some of this bad action. And thanks to our boy OJ for the nice intro.
Thank you, OJ.
Yes.
Threw it on there.
is
So,
amazing. Greatly appreciated. And we're definitely going to be dropping some links to his Apple Music kind of deal that he has going on. So you can check out all of his tracks. My man here has a plethora of tracks. And if you want to listen to a good song, I'm just going to throw this out there. Piano Lost. Look for that song. It is mind blowing. It's personally one of my faves. Check it
All right,
out.
guys. We'll catch you later.
See you later.